Dear friends, welcome. It's another day. We want to discuss about the most important subject called money. We might be able to learn everything else, but if we don't learn about money, by the end of the day, it affects our lives in many ways. Now, this lesson, I consider it one of the most important. You may learn everything else. You may learn budgeting. You may learn how to earn money. You may learn how to manage your money, but if you miss this, then by the end of the day, life will still be a big struggle. And what is it about? All of us know that what we think we become. Thoughts become things. And so I came to realize that our thoughts and fundamental beliefs about money from our childhood have influence in how much money comes to us and how we get to use it. There is some element which we call blueprint, some data file that governs us with respect to our relationship with money. One of the most important elements is we've got to befriend or build healthy relationships with money. We've got to have some good relationship with money. If we don't, if we have some beliefs that scare us about money, that tell us that money is bad, that some superstitions that don't build us, then we end up having bigger problems and bigger challenges. So thoughts become things. Whatever we think, we become. When we impress in our minds how hard it is to come by money, how difficult the economy is, how expensive things are, then we don't get it. For some reason, our thoughts prove to be true. Again, if we keep thinking in terms of possibility, like it's possible to get this amount, the world is full of plenty, abundance mentality and things like that, then somewhat things start working for us. If we are brought up in an environment where we always see, feel and experience lack, then there is a way it affects our minds. There is a way it affects our attitude. And so things tend to manifest the same way. And that's why we always realize that the poor get poorer, a poor person gives birth to poor children, and even if they study a lot and they get big jobs, but they end up just always struggling and broke. The same thing happens to people who grow in wealth and opulence, people who grow in environments that support the mindset of plenty, the mindset of overflow, of abundance. They don't seem to be working any harder. They are not any much smarter. They are not any stronger. But you realize that somewhat things just keep working for them. They just seem to be lucky. Why? Because it is in their DNA. It's in their mindset. It's in their deep beliefs. It is in their blueprint. They are just set and wired for success. And that's why it's important for us, whenever we are learning about money, we need to also learn the emotions that govern this experience. And so be able to bring the opportunities of earning money towards us. That's why two people will be in the same business, but one prospers and the other doesn't. One seems to be getting good breaks, good opportunities, but the other doesn't. And they're in the same locality selling the same products. And perhaps the other one is not even as smart. The second thing besides thought is the language. Of course, it's the thoughts that determine what we speak. But if we think of it, every time we're going to speak, we have a chance to speak something that is either empowering or disempowering. If every time I think about money, I say, I can't afford it, I don't have the money, not now, and things like that, then what it does is it clogs our mind, it clogs our imagination, and it sits deep into affirming our belief. In changing our fortune, we've got to also change our language. The first time I heard about this, it sounded very ridiculous, and I won't be surprised if it sounds ridiculous even to you. I read it first in one of Kiyosaki's books, and he was talking about what his rich dad forbade them from doing or saying, and one of those was, I can't afford it. Instead, he says, why can't you think of how can I afford it? Instead of talking of it's expensive, just say something else like, I will be able to afford it in the future. I'm still working towards it. Always see a possibility. Speak in growth terms as opposed to closed or retarded terms. Don't seal the possibilities, but open up for possibilities. Whatever seems expensive for you is very cheap for somebody else. And so if somebody else can afford it, so can you. Perhaps not now, but you keep thinking of the possibility of affording it, a way will be made. And now, we must keep digging into our firm beliefs about money. Is money the root of all evil? Is money that bad? And things like that. We must start thinking of what we can do with money and what it can help us to do. We build healthy relationships. Just like with another person, if you keep talking hate about somebody else, you won't be friends. You must stop thinking anything negative about money, about people with money, about the rich, about people whom you consider to be unfair in their acquisition of money. You are not the one to judge. Even Jesus himself doesn't judge, at least for the time being. So let's build good relationship with money. This is the first and most fundamental skill in growing financially. Thank you. By the way, I remain yours, Otieno Paul Peter, still with you in this journey, the author of Live Your Dream in 7 Ds and the Making of a Symphony Orchestra, Timeless Leadership.